Okay, so I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but we just got back from seeing Tenet, and after watching that, I have to do a rant video because that film fucking sucked. It's probably the first film in a long time where I've wanted to walk it. We literally nearly walked out of, I think, how long was it into it? An hour and a half?
Yeah.
About an hour and a half in, and we were like, we're going to give it 15 more minutes and then leave. And then it sort of started to get a little bit more exciting, and then it stopped being exciting, and we thought that we might as well just keep watching it. Anyway, so this is a rant about how bad the film is. So, I think Christopher Nolan is fairly overrated. I think he's got a few good films, Memento being his best one. Inception is okay. The Dark Knight trilogy, of course, being really good, other than The Dark Knight Rises, which wasn't that good in hindsight. But yeah, I didn't like Interstellar. I thought Interstellar was super overrated. So anyway, I wasn't super excited for this film, but I did want to see it, and honestly, I enjoyed nothing about this film. So, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen it's all about this thing called inversion or reverse entropy, where things go backwards. So when instead of firing a gun, you catch the bullet, so everything goes backwards. So they play with this idea throughout the entire film. So it does make no sense. I can't explain it because it makes no sense. It's frustrating. The whole film revolves around this thing that isn't explained, doesn't make sense, causes plot holes, and you can't rationalize it. It makes no sense. You're told that there's going to be some end of the world catastrophe based around this reverse entropy thing. Yet it's not explained how it happens, why the main villain has it at all. It's not explained, or if it is, I didn't hear it, because that's another thing I want to get into is the sound. So probably 60% of the dialogue is listenable. You can hear what people are saying. The other 40% or maybe 30% is really hard to understand because the music's so fucking loud that you're just like, what? And they'll be explaining stuff and you just can't hear it. So yeah, you can't hear what people are saying, which is obviously a problem in any film, but this one in particular, because there's so much what's it called? So much information being told to each character, and if you can't hear it, you just get lost. Another problem is none of the characters are likable. The main character, called the protagonist, he seems to be the actor seems to be a great actor, but he doesn't have any. There's no real defining character traits of him other than he's pretty competent at fighting and he likes doing pull-ups in random places, which I actually thought was funny. He just randomly starts doing pull-ups on things during the film, which is really strange. But yeah, it's none of the characters are good. They're just not likable. Robert Pattinson's pretty good in it, but again, his character's sort of a nothing character. There's a lot of, at the start of the film, it's basically character needs to find out information, goes visits a person, they tell him to go visit someone else, he goes and sees them, and then they tell him to go see someone else, and it's sort of like this thing of going from one city to another city to another city to get told exposition about something that we don't really understand or we don't care about. And oh man, like the action, it's like from a technical standpoint, the film is it's like, masterful. Like everything about it is incredibly well thought out, incredible set pieces. Everything must have been months and months of meticulous planning and detail, but because the characters are so boring, the plot is so nonsensical, it just comes off flat. It's like, it's disappointing. It's like, it's such an interesting idea executed so poorly. It's like he forgot that you have to have interesting characters in a movie to make it good. It's just not good. It's amazing. Obviously, Christopher Nolan's reached a point where no one's going to question his decisions because all his films are so great. But someone needed to step in and say, look, buddy, this doesn't make sense. This is hard to follow. It's overly long as well. I found the action boring, even though it was well done. I was just like, I didn't know why things were happening. I've seen other reviews sort of mentioning stuff that's similar, and if Memento, let's just take Memento. That film is a reasonably high concept idea, in my opinion, done incredibly well. It's just, I think it's his best movie. It's done really well. Actually, in saying that, The Prestige, another film of his, done really well. You give a shit about the characters. Whereas this was just weird things that, when you think about it, make no sense. Just all of it makes no sense. I have no idea what they were trying to stop from happening. Apparently the end of the world, but I don't know how that was going to occur via things travelling backwards through time. No idea. Someone comment below and tell me, because I've got no clue. Definitely would not recommend this film. Wait for it on video, DVD, VHS, cassette. Don't go see it in the movies. I think all up it cost $70 New Zealand to see this film with food and stuff included, and it was not worth it. Honestly, I feel super ripped off.
I just didn't like it. It was a waste of 2.5 hours of my life. At no point did it ever make sense. It just kept jumping from one thing to another, and you just couldn't follow the storyline. I don't even know what the storyline was. The film ended, and it was like, oh, okay. We get no answers. It was all kind of pointless. Cool.
What did you like? Anything you liked?
When it ended?
Yeah, that sums it up. And you know what? If you go see it and you like it, more power to you. That's fine. But I think for the general movie-going audience are not going to enjoy this film. I would have rather have seen... Oh, God, I'm trying to think what else was on. I would have rather have seen Bill and Ted, the new Bill and Ted film. At least that would probably be entertaining. This just was... It was so far up its own ass, it wasn't funny. You know what I mean? It thought it was so clever, and it just wasn't. And it's a shame, because it could have been interesting if they... I don't know. It's just an interesting concept done poorly. Yeah. Anyway, that's another rant. I haven't done one of these for a while. And yeah, hopefully that was enjoyable, and I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments saying that I'm retarded because I didn't understand it. I'm an idiot. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and I will see you guys next time.